Good morning, everyone. We are right now in Borough Park, right by McDonald Avenue. That is the F train. And in case you're wondering where we're going to be walking today, we're going to be walking pretty much the complete distance of 47th Street in Brooklyn. So we're pretty much starting where the street begins over here at McDonald Avenue. Just want to get across the street here. Hope everyone's doing well. It is a nice day. It is right now it's 45 degrees, but it's going up to 50 today, so this right here is Lawrence Avenue. Yeah, we're going to be passing some of these name streets, avenues that go into Ditmas Park for a little bit, for the next few moments until we get to 18th Avenue. So we're going to walk pretty much the whole length of 47th Street, pretty much walking right across Brooklyn from 19th Avenue all the way up to the ends, which is 1st Avenue. So one of our long walks. But 47th Street is could be a pretty busy street that goes through Brooklyn. This right here is Webster Avenue. Yeah, take a walk down here one day. Let's see what's down Webster Avenue. Alright, we're about to hit 18th Avenue. Eighteenth Avenue is always a delight down this way. So in case I didn't mention it earlier, we're going to be in two general neighborhoods. Borough Park, which is where we are now, and eventually we will cross into the Sunset Park section of Brooklyn until we hit 1st Avenue over there by the train tracks. There's going to be some train tracks up there. So I figured I'd take all of you on a really busy walk, because this street is heavily used going across Brooklyn in this area. Definitely want to get out of the more crowded part. Or we're going to be crossing through some of the busy intersections in Borough Park. You know, we're going to be going through like 16th Avenue, 14th and 15th. Of course, we're going to be crossing through 13th. I would imagine once we get past 13th, it'll quiet down a bit and then get busy once we get into Sunset Park when we're going, past 8th and 7th Avenue. Our last walk we did 7th Avenue. And yes, we're going to have to walk by some construction, so. There's always some type of crazy construction project going on in Borough Park these days. building a lot of housing. So I'm gonna get across the street here. You just saw a school bus. What do I always say about Borough Park? You're gonna see a lot of school buses in Borough Park, man. A lot. More than you can count. Maybe we'll get lucky. We won't see a lot of buses. Well, there's one right there, and there's one down there. And there's another one coming up behind me. So I'll be honest, I've never been down 47th Street in Brooklyn other than maybe in the Sunset Park area for a couple of blocks between maybe 9th and 7th Avenue, but I am walking this for the first time just like all you are. So we'll see all different types of architecture, you know, like as 47th Street, just like all the side streets down here in the 40s, it's really a mishmash of all different styles of houses and buildings, and it's just not uniform. It's like everybody is just individuals, you know. Everyone wants to be different. Showing you guys what some of the structures look like down here. Some of these homes have been renovated over the years. Some of them have been torn down, and like you see the ones here on my left here, you know, it's definitely, these were not excuse me, these were not the first homes that were here. These were built after they tore down the smaller homes. Alright, here we are, 16th Avenue. Again, we're going from 19th all the way to 1st. Now, kind of spoiled some of the people that like short walks. When we were down in Lower Manhattan for a while, we were doing some of those 20-minute, 30-minute walks, and then we went right back into my normal format of what I like to call crosstown walks. I don't know how long this is going to take, but this is definitely going to be, I want to say this is going to run at least 3.5 miles, so we're looking at about an hour. It is a Monday here in Brooklyn, New York, so usually the busiest day of the week. Looks like we got a lot of construction going on over here. I don't know what I should do because it looks like the sidewalks are closed. Just one big construction zone is what Borough Park feels like. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going right now, but see, they're digging up the street over here. Probably putting in new mains and stuff. Oh, this is pretty tight right here. Look at this. There you go. There goes a main right there. Cutting up the mains right there. You know, the mains in the streets are very old. And this is something that you're going to be seeing for a long time because, you know, the mains in New York under the ground, some of them are a couple of 100 years old. And generally what they do is they don't replace or fix them until they break, until they burst. But in more recent years, they've been getting proactive about it because, you know, they're afraid that, you know, they did a study and they're afraid that, you know, a lot of these mains are all going to burst one day at the same time. You're going to have like 6 or 7 water main breaks throughout the city, and they're just not going to be able to handle that. So what they do is they use city records to identify the oldest ones laid. They do inspections where you see, you know, you'll see some people come on your block and like make marks on the street. They'll go down, they'll do an inspection, and they realize, you know what, we got to replace the main, and then your block becomes a construction zone for about 6 months. I'm going to show you this house I'm looking at. I don't know if it's like a place of it looks like a place of worship, like a synagogue or something. You can see it right there, right across. I'm pointing my camera at it. All right, so here it is, 14th and 13th Avenue. Next 2 blocks are really bad. So, you know, luckily we're just crossing through them, but this is Horn Honk Central. You hear a lot of horns honking. Everyone's like impatient, and you see a lot of school buses. This is where you play Frogger, like real life Frogger. Oh, look at that. We got a little, well, not little, but an Elon truck. I just call them Elon trucks. So look at all this traffic. It's like Madison Avenue in New York City. You see all those school buses, like I said earlier. You guys will look, I'll kind of point the camera so you guys can see what it looks like across the street. You see a lot of these buildings, again, like I said earlier, these were not here. These were probably built in the last 20, 30 years. I'm hoping once we get past 13th Avenue, maybe up by 12th, it kind of quiets down a bit. But I need to keep you all awake, so this is like the wakey part of the walk. Look at these. Look at these homes. These homes are old. Look at that. That is that's a haunted house right there. We had so I'll tell you a funny story. When we were living on 40, we moved out of Sunset Park and we had grabbed an apartment on 41st Street between 13th and 12th Avenue. This is a neighborhood I lived in for only about a year and a half to 2 years while parents were looking for, a place in Dyker Heights. And we lived on 41st Street. Look at this building. And right across from where we lived was this old abandoned house, similar to what you just saw, but I mean it looked really bad. It had broken windows, it had trees growing. I mean it looked like out of the Munsters. And everybody talked that it was haunted, and there was the man that lived in the house. He had died in the house, and everyone knew him as Blind Man Vinny. Hopefully I don't go blind, because then that's what people call me, but his name was Blind Man Vinny, and he had passed away in the house, and people would go in there and, walk around with flashlights, and they used to say the house was haunted. But eventually they tore the house down. And they built like one of these things. Like, look at this house. This house looks abandoned. It's got the wood. It's got wood in the windows up there. It's really, I'm showing you guys the other side of the street because it's a better vantage point to look at. But on this side, you could see, it's pretty much the same. And once we get into Sunset Park, the architecture is going to change. It's going to go to more of those, we're going to be walking through all those nice walk-up style homes. All right, we have made it to 12th Avenue. Now, I didn't mention this earlier. This is a uphill walk. Like, it's like a very slight uphill the whole way. Got the school bus trying to navigate around all these double parked cars, and he's going one way and then he's turning the other way. He's weaving in and out around all these double parked cars. Gotta give this guy a raise, man. All right, New Utrecht Avenue. And in case you don't know, I'm sure most of you know that I've walked under this a few times. This is the home of the D train, which is about to pass over us. I said under us, it's over us. That was a work train, actually, on the middle track, on the express track. All right, it's gonna get quiet now for a bit, and then it'll pick up again once we get over the past 9th Avenue. It'll get busy again. Again, we're still walking uphill. Eventually, we'll be going downhill once we get over the elevation point over there in Sunset Park, but we're walking uphill the whole time. Making good time. It's 11th Avenue. I'm at 22 minutes. So sounds crazy, but we might make First Avenue at about a 45-minute clip. So what I'll do is I'll slow down a little bit. I don't know how to walk slow, really, so. Alright, we're going to be passing through Fort Hamilton Parkway here. This is a really uphill street here. got a stop sign over here. So here you go, Maimonides Hospital, where me and a lot of people were born that live in Brooklyn. And you got this little red, I don't know what this is over here. I thought it was a car, but it's actually a three-wheeler, so. We are now moving into the Sunset Park section of Brooklyn at the next corner. So as you can see, we're starting to see a noticeable change in the types of architecture, or like real estate down here. Yeah, some nice wide sidewalks, so I could get to the far ends of the sidewalks and get a better view of the brick faces. So yeah, we are going to be entering Sunset Park here at 9th Avenue, and you will notice a change. I mean, so one thing about Borough Park and Sunset Park right next to each other, you notice that, you know, the neighborhood switches from, you know, more Jewish community to an Asian community, like just like that, a snap of a finger. That's how the neighborhoods are here in New York. You know, you could be in one neighborhood, and then in the next block you're in a different neighborhood, and everything changes as far as customs, the way people are dressed, nationality, stuff like that. So here we go. This is 9th Avenue right here. We are now officially in Sunset Park. For the rest of the walk. I guess you could consider, though, when we get down to like 2nd Avenue and 1st Avenue, they consider that sort of like Industry City. We're about to cross 8th Avenue. It shouldn't be too... This is not the busy area of 8th Avenue. That's down when you get by the 50s. When we get past like 7th Avenue, though, we're going to start to see the... we should... Unless there was some mass development project, we should start seeing... some of the walk-up style homes in Sunset Park. Eventually we're going to have to get across 4th Avenue, which is the big one, and 3rd Avenue. 4th and 3rd, those are the next two really big avenues because there's a lot of traffic that goes through there. 4th Avenue is, a two-way, but it's got a double lane, and then 3rd Avenue is where the Gowanus runs over, and that's got multiple lanes. So here we are, 8th Avenue. Give you guys a look. I don't got the light anyway, so. All right, there we go. And by the way, we are still walking uphill. Oh my God. I am so conditioned though, like I don't even notice it. But if you're a person that doesn't like walking uphill or can't walk uphill, we've been walking uphill since 19th Avenue. Now, to be fair, from about 19th Avenue to about 9th Avenue, it was a slight incline. Now it's getting steeper as we get past the elevation point. Tell you, 47th Street is definitely one of the crowdest streets I've ever walked on. I mean, all these houses are attached. I mean, it's just, everything is stuck together. Well, once we get past 7th Avenue here, we're going to start to see some changes in the architecture. So here we are, about to pass 7th Avenue. We were on 7th Avenue yesterday. So we basically did a big cross through Brooklyn in the last 48 hours. Yeah, we'll stop and take a look. There goes Mr. C's. Remember we walked by Mr. C's yesterday? And I had said, hey, here's Mr. C's. Well, there it is, right there. Mr. C's. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna walk on this scaffold. I see things being pulled up on strings. That's not good. I'm gonna get hung, guys. They're gonna hang me. Let me get in the street because I said that the architecture was going to change. So here we go. That's that side right there. We are about to hit the high point, thankfully, on 6th Avenue, and we will start finally going downhill when we get past the next corner. I could definitely use it. My knees are feeling it. You walk uphill for as long as we've been doing, it feels like my knees have been bent backwards. And next block, we're going to start seeing the nice big walk-ups. So you guys will get to see that. I gotta pick a side though. I would like to stay on the sunny side so I could show the architecture better. The lights hitting the architecture, it looks better. So 6th Avenue, we've walked all these avenues, by the way. I mean, you can just go back into my channel and find them. We're doing cross streets though today. Doing 47th Street. Now this is a steep drop right here. You can actually see how like the view of the street is now going down. So this is a pretty steep drop. I mean, you can see it just from here. Look at how steep that is. You look at the rooftops down the block. You can see they're kind of going down on an angle. I'm gonna cross. Here we go. All right, we are really walking downhill. Let me center the camera. If I center the camera normally, that's what it looks like because it's downhill like that. I gotta aim it down. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go in the street real quick to show you guys how steep down this is. There you go. All right, here come the really nice walk-ups. I got gravity pulling me down. And it's the same across the street. If you look across the street, you'll see same type of architecture across the street. All right, we're at 40 minutes. I did slow down. I was walking pretty fast earlier. And then we got to like around, I guess, 11th or 10th Avenue, and I slowed down because probably going to be done by 45 minutes. So I've kind of given some time back by slowing down. We're still going to go downhill here. This is another steep downhill street we have to hit. I don't think we level off until we hit either 4th or 3rd Avenue. And here goes 5th Avenue, Sunset Park. We did a walk. The last walk we did on 5th Avenue down here was in the summer, last summer, so you could watch that. But Waiting for the light to change here. There we go. Another block of nice walk-up architecture. All right. So after hyperextending my knees going uphill for the, I don't know, first 30 or so somewhat minutes, now we're going downhill. My knees are going the other way. We're now going to get into 4th Avenue territory, 3rd Avenue. Now it's going to get a little, it's going to start, from this point on, we're going to start to get into more industrial looking streets now. And we get towards the end, there's going to be nothing but like warehouses and stuff. And then 1st Avenue is pretty much it. Let me give you guys a look. You could literally see the ocean out there. We're still going downhill for a while. Looks like it flattens out at 3rd Avenue. So we're gonna get the light, which is good. So I don't want to wait for it. Take a look at this church here on the corner of 4th and 47th. It's the 4th Avenue Methodist. That's what it says, United Methodist Church. At these lights that are not blinking. These are blinking yellows because there's a school over here. So probably at a certain time they turn on. This is called PS1? Wow. PS1, the first. The Bergen Elementary School. Look at that. Some wall art that goes up. There we go. My favorite thing to cross. 3rd Avenue. 3rd Avenue with the Gowanus overhead. Well, that's it, guys. Say goodbye to normal residential homes because we're about to hit the industrial stuff for the last couple of blocks, 2 or 3 blocks left. So you got another church here. Pentecostal Assembly. And I'm going to slow down because we can't cross anyway. So this is the Gowanus. It runs into the BQE. We actually walked this last year. That was an interesting walk. I'm actually going to be able to cross this against the light here. You can see how wide 3rd Ave is. 3 lanes. Look at this. 3 lanes on either side. This is the underneath. And we're going to cross over now. Okay, so we have made it almost to our destination. This is so this area is where you'll find all types of different garages, businesses, lumber yards, metal shops. I don't know if that's an actual home. It looks like people are living in there. This is for all you people who have never been in a big city, this is the neighborhood you stay out of. This is the area you don't want to be in at a certain time of the day. It's actually not that bad down here. I mean, it's mostly people just working. Nobody comes down here other than the people that need to work and me. Since I have to bring all you guys on this nice little tour, so that's the only reason I'm down here. Guy's making a lot of noise. Kegs. There's little kegs in the back of this U-Haul. Kegs and propane. Hopefully all that stuff is not empty. You know, that stuff is empty and not pressurized, because I wouldn't feel comfortable throwing stuff like that around. So looking at the time, we did pretty good. I slowed down. I did slow down because we probably would have been finished 5 minutes ago, but even with the slowdown, we're going to be wrapping up about an hour. So I'd say we did pretty much 3 miles. A little over that. But we're about to hit the ends of the walk on the next intersection, which is 1st Avenue. This right here is 2nd Avenue. And this is a really busy truck route. And you can start to see the train tracks from the old... We actually walked right over train tracks. I didn't even notice it. But if you look, you can see where the train tracks go. They go straight and then they turn. So we had walked right by them. At one time, there's all rails down here and freight trains, and there's actually some tracks that are still used down here on 1st Avenue. And you could see, if you come in here, you could see how the train tracks go into this. Probably was like a loading area or something, like a siding. See that? really isn't much of a sidewalk down here. You got to walk in the street. This is an area of Brooklyn where a lot of things get loaded. So you can see these big loading docks. Gates are down. So look at that. See, I took you guys pretty much across Brooklyn, and we got to see how everything just changes from residential to commercial to walk-ups to industrial. I guess I'll say it now. I want to thank everybody for coming along on the walk, because we are about to end it. I did a walk on First Avenue a while ago, like before the channel was even around. It was just a YouTube account, and I used to just mess around with the GoPro. I gotta redo it. I gotta come down here and look at stuff. I got a car coming up behind me, so I gotta watch. I don't see where he's going. Here he goes. So this is it. We're going to end it right here. You know what I'll do? Show you guys the train yard. So we'll show the train yard real quick. Looks like a lot of rebar. We'll end it right across the street, right on the train tracks. And like I said, the tracks down here, there's tracks that are used to move some train cars from the New York City MTA yards over to the barges so that they can ship them over to Staten Island or New Jersey. I'll show you what I'm talking about, but here you go. This is where we're going to end it. I'll give you guys a nice look of the train yard here. I'll put the camera in there, and there you go. You can see all these tracks. Like I said, they do move these. I don't know what they use them for. Some of them have been sitting here for many years, so some of them are, you know, abandoned and stuff, but if they wanted, they can move them. Anyway, we're going to end it here. And I want to thank everybody for tagging along, and I will catch you all on the next one. We just walked all the way from 19th Avenue to 1st Avenue in Brooklyn on 47th Street. So take care, everyone, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.